Oh my god, hello friends, and welcome back to another Couch Cat stream. I'm Paisen, and that's Crazy Fi over there.
Hello.
And this is our weekly SimpleMMO stream that we do twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7 p.m. US Eastern Standard Time. Now, I know what you're thinking. Did I get a haircut? And that's true, I got a haircut. So I'm way cuter than before, and we're just going to roll with it. So, Thursdays for the... What the fuck? God dang it, Kumo. You know, this is why you just don't. You just can't.
Oh boy.
All right, well that bit's over.
Okay.
Let's go.
Get out of
That
here.
was amazing. Oh my. Welcome back, everyone. It's good to be on stream again. If you don't know, if you haven't already seen, I know a lot of people were asking while we're waiting for Paisen to get his setup squared away again. The weekly guild stats were released today, so I appreciate the patience on everyone. I know a bunch of people were asking in the Discord, but yeah, they're out today. The video is at least, and you'll be able to see it there. I've been busy doing a lot of fixing plumbing in my kitchen. Oh, there he is. So, all right, now we can get back into it.
That was probably the best idea I ever had.
There was something, all right.
No, that was awful.
The execution just, you know,
He did so good. He did so good before we went live, and then he just flipped.
Yeah.
Anyway, what was I saying? Okay, so tonight is our weekly review of the seasonal guild leaderboard presented by Couch Cat, which Alan was just talking about. His weekly stats kind of feed into it. They don't reflect the overall progress of the seasonal guild leaderboard, but that's what we're covering tonight. And then halfway through, we're going to be pulling friend of the show Loch Ness on for a TPC take. Figure out what's going on with them, if they're just going to, disappear like everyone else on this leaderboard. But before we get into that, Crazy Fi, how you doing tonight? How you doing?
I'm staying busy. I've had a productive day. I took a day off of work. I was like, you know what? I'm not going into work today, so I didn't. And I've been working on the plumbing in my kitchen, because underneath the kitchen, all the way in the pipes through into the walls, is clogged up. So I had to get a hand auger. If you don't know what that is, it's a pretty cool tool. But I've been snaking that 25 feet long of this coil that you rotate around to break up a clog, essentially. I don't know how to else describe it, but it's been fun. I've been learning a lot, that's for sure. Kind of annoying. Yeah, I gotta stop pooping in my sink, obviously. Thank you, Mallory. But yeah, I mean, that's literally been my day. Like, I just actually punched through the clog about 30 minutes ago, so that was nice.
Have you ever peed in the sink, chat? Maybe that's a story for another time. All right, so I'm good. Thanks for asking. I had an exam Wednesday and felt so happy about it that I took my dog on a walk, and Kimters was there. And I was like, hey, let me show you this cool little unofficial woodsy trail behind our development. And I stepped over a log that Kumo just jumped over, right? I stepped over a log, and there was a pocket of dirt that was soft because it had rained a couple days ago. And my foot sunk into the pocket between a stone and the log, and I just... So yeah, I'm wrapped up. I did a pretty good contusion, but I'm on the mend. Kimters is taking care of me, and so is Kumo. But yeah, pretty much effed up my ankle. It was pretty fun. I was telling Crazy Fi that the SimpleMMO gods are trying to take us out.
Yeah,
we got some yeah, competition trying to doing voodoo magic. Is it you, Beyblade? Chul, I saw you in chat. You guys doing voodoo over there? But we're here. We're fine. It's a good night. It's good to see everyone. Let's go. Let's return to chat. I didn't see anything in the beginning. You know, dealing with Kumo, he's a high paid, um, what do we call it? Celebrity. So it's hard to deal with shit. Okay, so Delusion was here. Might still be here. Scanning QR codes of 18 plus Discord servers. Good for you, Delusion. Nauri is here. We have Loch Ness. Thank goodness. At least someone from TBC will show up on time. Tom is here. Ace. Shout out to Ace. Golden Arrows, a leader. Still doesn't know how to play the game, but he's a leader. Good for him. Dagon's here. Thank you, Dagon, for the coffee donation, by the way. We can't remember who if we called you out for that, but thank you. And also thanks to Mike. I don't know if it's Mike from Galahad Creative. I don't know if it's Mike from just a dude named Mike, but bought us 3 coffees. So thank you. Using the link down below. Thank you very much. And who else we got here? Okay, Cutie's here. Shout out to our mod. We have, oh man, Pick. Welcome to the stream, dude. James is here. Good to see James. Midnight Rain, a dead guild. Keeban's here. Shout out to another mod. It was like the real Mike?
Yeah, his email is mike@galahadcreative.com.
Well, shit. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Galahad Creative. Thank you for paying our silence. No, I'm just kidding. Buying our silence. I'm kidding, dude. Mammo's here. Shout out to Mammo. Limits, another YouTube mob. Good to see you. Chul. Yeah, there's so many people here. I'm 200 messages behind already.
Father Canopy's here. Amelia.
Nikolai with a P. So Picolai. Didn't I say that?
I don't know. I was busy looking at if it was a real mic.
Okay. All right. So I'm pretty sure I was right. All right. So before we get into the leaderboard real quick, is everyone aware of the latest changes to guilds? We don't know if it's the only updates we'll get, but there's been some changes. We discussed in the last stream when King Cows, failed to show up about one particular change, but now we have something called, warrior designation, aka rosters. So now we have rosters to talk about for the seasonal. But Crazyfy, what's your initial impressions in YouTube chat? Make sure you @CouchCat so we can see it. What are your initial impressions with these warrior roles for PvP guilds?
I'm not sure right now. I think I really want to wait to see how many different words. Holy moly. No, I am interested to see what else is left in these guild updates because he's been pushing them out slowly. So I'm curious what's going to happen, honestly. I don't know if this is it, right? I don't think it is. Based off of Mike's comments, he commented on King Cows about the PvE section and making warriors in PvE, which is still missing in the game. So we obviously know that's coming out, right? There's a lot of I don't know if I like the idea of up to 30 players in your guild are allowed to be. Well, can the other? My question is, can the other players, if they're not warriors, be a part of the guild war? And if they can't, it's kind of. I don't know if I like that.
I don't think so.
Yeah. So if that's the case, I don't know if I like that. I like everyone, against everyone, but we'll see. I really don't like that guilds can no longer lose guild EXP from wars.
Yeah. We talked about this earlier. It's like just removing consequences. For starting wars, because then you have spam wars all over again, like we dealt with before the guild update.
Yep. Yeah. We essentially, we have that back because now no one, like, there's no, you have to have 10 players in order to be a part of a war. It's a war, and it's your problem if you're not in, if you don't have the 10 players. And that's why CouchCat, the retirement guild, is back to PvE.
Yeah, he just decided to tell me, right? I'm like, we don't even, sure, bud.
Yeah.
Keep us safe. So Chul says guilds don't lose guild XP anymore, right? Tio is cringing from that. Loch Ness says he needs to update the buy me a coffee link. It should be fine.
Let me just drop it in the chat.
Yeah, it should be fine, but you can go to our new website and it's on the top right. You can click that, which we'll talk about another time. So what else?
A new website.
Yeah. Emilia says loving warrior role EXP boost. Toast is lost in the sauce. Um, Loch Ness says it says pod versus just couch cat. Oh yeah, we did change that, didn't we?
Yeah, it's just Couch Cat now.
Yeah. Yeah, people were confused. So Piccolai is confused too about participation wars. But yeah, honestly, I'm only going to care about the top 5 of the 30 warriors. I'm going to treat that as like the LCS roster. Because like managing 30 people per guild is just ridiculous. In some type
Yeah.
of bracket.
Well, like the thing is, right? Like you have to have 5 PowerPoints or whatever it is in order for you to get 30 warriors. So essentially, you could have 5 warriors versus 30. Wow, and I do think that might actually
Yeah,
help out
Logness
the
says
guild.
you have to have at least 10 warriors to be able to enter a guild.
Oh,
War.
excuse me, 10. Yeah, not 5. So I think it may be beneficial for a guild to only have 10 warriors if it's just warriors v warriors in guild wars now. That is an assumption that I'm making there.
That is, I'm pretty sure that's what the whole system revolves
Yeah,
around.
right. So if you have a 10 v 30, you're I think no, never mind. I'm an idiot. It doesn't matter anymore. Ace is saying anyone can PvP.
Yeah, maybe we talk more about it once we actually know what we're talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
That's a
Maybe
good
we.
idea. All right, we'll move
Yeah,
into the seasonal guild leaderboard.
yeah. You ready?
Okay, let's do that.
All right, hold on. Let me just
Let me pull up my copy too.
before I actually zoomed in this time.
That's beautiful.
Oh, Cutie saying the warriors are the 10, always out of safe mode. Anyone can PvP though. Oh, okay. Well,
Whatever, cutie. That's false.
we're learning.
Whatever, dude.
All right. All right. Let's get to the actual reason why everyone is here, right? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Seasonal Guild Leaderboard, Season 1, Week 6. Presented by Couch Cat, of course. That's why you're here. All right, let's get into it. If you don't know, this is the top 25 seasonal leaderboard. We started February 1st, and we're on week 6 out of an 8-week leaderboard or season. So, what does that mean? Well, that means we have 2 more weeks before this season actually ends. Asterisks on that, of course, unless we change everything. We have 5 tiers of 5 guilds each, a total of 25 guilds. So let's actually hop right into it. And the first tier we have is the Celestial tier.
Wow, it's beautiful.
These are the top 5 guilds of the entire season. So
look at all the arrows of movement.
Yeah, look at absolutely nothing on movement. So as always, Celestial tier is being dominated by Babel. They have absolutely crushed the competition, and there is no way anyone is going to be able to catch up to them in the next 2 weeks. It's just impossible. Though I know you like talking about roster changes. Chaotic has left Babel, and I'll let you expand upon that after I'm done covering everything else for Celestial. But
okay,
as you can see, big thing here, stay in chat. Used to be Step and Chill. They didn't gain much EXP on the weekly leaderboard. If you haven't seen, they gained about 0.23 million guild EXP, so not even a mil. So it is still friendly's game to lose to get 4th place, right? Stay in chat is no longer gaining EXP like they used to. There is a chance for still friendly to conquer that in the next 2 weeks, as long as they maintain a 5 mil EXP gain for each week, right? Should be easy enough for a bigger guild who's grinding. I mean, Babel does freaking 14 mil a week, so come on now. Get with it. That's only a third of what they do. So yeah, we probably won't see stay in chat in the next season, but we'll pass it off to you, Paisen.
all right. Kumo is kind of like upset about Celestial tier right now, so yeah, not a lot of movement. We're going to see SNC drop. I want them to drop because they're a dead guild. They're just taking up space. They're kind of like our Death Star right now. I hope Golden Arrows is able to maintain, because we have a bunch of friends in Golden Arrows, and I'm hoping they're there. I know Ace does a lot of stuff behind the scenes for his guild, like buying them pleb and stuff. So he's doing a lot to fuel the fire here. I just hope it doesn't go to waste. Yeah, SNC gone. They're gone. Still friendly. The league is huge. I don't see like all Still Friendly has to do is participate and they can jump. They can jump SNC and claim their fourth spot. Like
Right.
kind of like what you said, right? Like it's just a matter of time. But yeah, kind of a boring week for them, but I mean, what can you really ask of, Beyblade and Forest, uh, even Golden Arrows, like with this much EXP, right? They kind of don't really need, like, they can coast. And, Chul and Alucard, they've been here to confirm at least their strategy. They don't go ham unless there's, a huge modifier, so to speak, right? To make it really worth it. So yeah. Also, there's wars. I'm pretty sure there's wars going on right now. So we're just going to wait to see how those pan out. And if they did pan out and there was no noticeable changes, Roger up in chat, people. So I don't sound stupid. I mean, I don't need your help to do that, but you know what I mean. Anyway, that's all I got for Celestial.
Yeah, I mean, Ace said that they're getting close to a couple good war finishes, so maybe we'll see a big jump in their EXP for next week.
Ace and others from the Celestial tier, so like Shul and stuff. How long? What's the typical time frame that your wars last with the chunkier guilds? I'm just kind of curious, but yeah, that's all I got, man.
Okay, you do want to cover chaotic leaving?
Yeah, sure. So chaotic center. I'll just say chaotic. He was the top laner for Beyblade. He's been with the team for almost a year now. Uh, he started in Challenger League and worked his way. He's just gone. Okay, he's gone.
Yeah.
He's guildless right now, so he's taking a break from the season, from spring split, if you will. LCS shout out. But yeah, it's unfortunate because he, just like Dark, another heavy PvPer that just kind of has left
Right.
the scene.
Right.
They definitely make it more interesting to talk about because, at the end of the day, it's not just a guild name. There's real life people and slash players that are representing this guild and gaining this EXP and doing the wars in the
Yeah.
raids. So it's unfortunate to see Chaotic take a step out, especially with, you know, um, winning his accolade in the community event, right? Or not community event, but the
Yeah.
the most
Best
popular
player event
players,
or
yeah, of
event.
SimpleMMO.
Yeah.
So it's unfortunate to see a player like him take a break. Maybe he'll turn to streaming, get some sponsors from Gamerfield. We'll see. We'll keep tabs on Chaotic. We'll see where it goes from there. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's all I got.
Kevin has a good point. He is a free agent, not guildless SMH.
He's a free. Who's representing him, Keeban? Is Cloud9?
Yeah.
Is Cloud9 trying to pick him up?
Yeah, yeah. But the celestial tier folks did say it takes about 2 to 3 weeks for a war to finish. So that's pretty interesting.
Wow, wowzers. Okay,
Long time.
that could be data we use in the future to expand these seasons then, because that's like half the. It's like a more than a quarter of a season for the Celestials.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I got, man. Let's hit legendary because this is a
All
good one.
right. Oh no, my mouse is getting all funky. Legendary tier. So this is our second tier. As you could tell, when BA start a war with your guild, PV, guess I'll die. Yep, that's about right. All right, legendary tier. A little bit of movement here. Wolfblood have been putting in a lot of work. If you've seen the weekly guild stats, highly recommend that. They are cranking out the guild EXP right now to the point where they've actually conquered the first place of legendary tier. They beat out Heaven and Hell. Heaven and Hell is currently not really moving much. I think that's probably because, like you were covering, Dark is no longer doing PvP. It seems like to me that Dark was an individual who was boosting up the Heaven and Hell numbers.
Yeah,
And now they're kind of
Cutie is a fake gamer, and Pratt doesn't game either. So yeah, there's a huge shift in Heaven and Hell right now, but we'll get to that later.
Yeah. And if Still Friendly does not gain a lot of EXP over the next couple of weeks, there is a chance that Wolfblood is able to beat them and take over the 5th place in the Celestial tier.
Hmm.
Because right now it's only about a 3 mil difference or something like that. So I say watch out for Wolfblood. They are the guild to beat right now. I think they have the potential to get to the fifth spot on the celestial tier. Excuse me. That's what I got.
Okay, so just real quick, shout out to Wolfblood, aka Wolf. Dagon, one of our longest time friends, says we don't give them enough credit, and he's right because I've been saying this whole season like I don't know who Wolfblood is. Screw that. But guess what? Dazed, Diren, and Dagon are in Wolf, and I'm like, wow, I feel real stupid because I respect those guys, and I mean, Diren has been so kind to us since we've
Yep.
rebranded and
Yep.
restarted. So, you know what? I'm on the Wolfblood train. So Dagon, if you could shoot me a jersey, I would definitely rep it on stream. But yeah, I'm excited to see them now that I know who is in the guild. So excuse me for my insolence there. But legendary is where pretty much make it or break it if you're truly aiming for the top or if you're truly climbing. Because this
Right.
is where things can slow down. I mean, look at it. We'll see in Epic hereafter. The guild EXP difference is it's huge from where Wolf is sitting, and even Heaven and Hell compared to Epic, the mid tier of Epic, or even the second spot, right?
Right. Right.
So good on Wolfblood. I definitely agree with your assessment. I think they can catch still friendly. I mean, 22, almost 23 mil to 25. That hasn't gained at all, right? But again, they could be in wars. We don't know. But yeah, shout out to Wolf. I'm excited to see them break into Celestial. I really think they can. If I really think they can if stay in chat decays fast enough, but it's just that's not how that works, right? It's up to people gaining EXP. There's no passive decay, which
Right. Right.
would be awesome for a real true seasonal mechanic, right?
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
but yeah, in Legendary, unfortunately, Heaven and Hell was at one point the most active in here besides Wolf, and also we saw movement from Gorilla Wizards. But it looks like Heaven and Hell isn't doing much right now. Yi is another stagnant guild in Legendary waiting to get, dropped. Even though we did see movement from them prior, and friendly too. I think all the friendlies are kind of in a steady state of either decline or stability. And GW, I don't know. They still have enough EXP to hold. But yeah, most excited here for Wolfblood. But that's all I got for Legendary.
Cool. Let's move on to the next tier, which is our epic tier, which had the most movement compared to celestial and legendary. So first and foremost, I know last week we talked about TPC, the Peaceful Crusade, and how if they had gained enough, they could have actually gone into the legendary tier.
I'm out
Well,
of wine.
turns out all the other guilds heard me saying that, and they're like, no freaking way are we going to let a PvE guild get into the legendary tier. And they actually dropped a spot. Murder of the Universe stepped up and took over the first place of the epic tier. So yeah, you have Murder of the Universe, the Peaceful Crusade, the Titans, Babel Boot Camp, and Midnight Rain. So the Titans, who are another PvE guild, have actually moved up 2 spots, which is awesome to see. They're crushing it. Babel Boot Camp, I can only assume that they're pushing their best players up to Babel, if anything. Or people who just want to chill out and still, play under the Babel tag. Maybe they're just hanging out in Babel Boot Camp. So don't know why they're dropping compared to Babel, but that's just how that one is. And Midnight Rain. So James has abandoned his own guild
Yeah.
temporarily, is from what I've heard.
Yeah, I've got
And
some stuff for you.
yeah, he's gone to TPC. So he went from one guild that was losing in this round to another guild that's losing in this round.
It's not a
So
good trade. It's just not.
yeah, just not a good trade, James. What's going on? I see you in chat. I'm just messing. But yeah, Graven, longtime friend of Couch Cat, is leading Midnight Rain right now, and it seems like
Yeah.
he's slipping up right now. Come on, Graven.
Yeah. Is that all you got?
Yeah, you can go for it.
All right. So Epic, yeah, it's one, it's funny because I called Murder of the Universe dead. So then here they go and they move a spot. But
Yep.
I wouldn't say it's because they want to. I would say they were like probably just grinding at a baseline, and TPC has fallen. As Nauri said, they didn't move an hour ahead, so they're all behind. So we're just going to see that kind of decay. Well, not it's not a decay, but we're just going to see that kind of see. It's a good example. A PvP guild barely trying can overthrow a PvE guild that has some skin in the game. We can just say that, right? So I think that's why TBC is going to drop. Titans kind of moved up by default. Again, baseline, not really trying to grind here. I mean, we don't really have anyone from Titans to say, but looking at the numbers, it kind of looks like they moved up, and then by default, boot camp dropped, which isn't really a climbing guild anyway. And then Midnight Rain. Yeah, you heard it here, folks. James traded off of Midnight Rain to TPC. Not a good trade in our opinion. The Player Association of SMMO CS, so the SimpleMMO Challenger League or Challenger Series, excuse me. Shout out to Keeban for that nomenclature. Yeah, left Midnight Rain for TPC because he was out. I think he said he was out leveling his guild or some shit. I don't understand that concept. And then Graven was left at the helm. And if you go into their Discord and you ask, is this guild dead yet? Which I did just now. They say, we're chilling on Minecraft and Manastoria. And we're Graven himself. I got a quote from him. He doesn't know I'm using this, so I don't know if I can say it. But he's like, we're amassing gold for when James comes back for raids. That's where on the street is. James says they want to be number 2 on the retirement board leaderboard under us. But yeah, it's not looking good for Midnight Rain. Not good at all. But that's what I got on Epic. It'll be interesting to see who pushes up because Epic is a good transition, like for transitions from the lower tiers to the mid tier. And what Crazy Fi is about to show you with Elite, you're gonna be excited about. So, thanks.
Yeah. Let's move on to the elite tier here. All right, we have another 5 guilds. First, we have the Crimson Offensive, then the Cult, Ornate Garden, Rain Factory, and ending it out with Friendly. Now, the Crimson Offensive, in my opinion, is the new Midnight Rain.
Before Minecraft, before it happens
Minecraft
again.
and Manastoria gets to them. I'm curious to see if they continue their grind, because they could easily go into the next tier and knock down Midnight Rain. I'm also curious to see if they will stop grinding like Midnight Rain did. Midnight Rain, came out of nowhere, went up the charts, and immediately dropped. Now we have the Crimson Offensive taking over the reign. So I'm really hoping that they continue to crush it. That would be awesome. Who knows? We'll have to find out next week. And everyone else, they went down. Friendly's just struggling right now. Oh, hold on.
Ew.
Oh, lordy, I had a sneeze. Anyways, so props to Crimson Offensive, and also good job to Rain Factory for continuing to grind, because the majority of the guilds in this tier went down in spots. So
Yeah,
good job
fake
to them.
gamers alert. So real quick, good take on Crimson Offensive, Crazy Fi. It's gonna be interesting. I don't know who Caveman is. That's their leader. If you go through their guild, there's a bunch of. It sounds mean, right? But we're talking about SMO CS, okay, Challenger Series here, and I don't see any player power. Yeah, there's a couple, there's a couple players over 1,000, over 10,000, whatever. But overall, there's no names, right? So I wonder how this like ragtag group of 15 people can keep pushing Crimson Tower.
Crimson Offensive, Crimson Tower's a
Yeah, sorry. They say this: we are the PvP branch of the Crimson Tower. So they're not even a full-fledged guild. Like they're part of a bigger guild. But yeah, so they they push Crimson Tower stuff on their profile here, but it says top raw GXP contributors. It's Caveman, 16 shots, and Alex. I don't know who any of those people are, and obviously Caveman's the leader. So it's gonna be interesting to see how far they go. But good on them. +9 spots. It's kind of like, again, by default, no one was really moving. The Colt going down. The Colt's dead. Fred abandoned the game. Sad to see. He abandoned Colt to go to Beyblade, just abandoned Beyblade to go to Colt, and just abandoned the game in its entirety. Says he doesn't play the game anymore, but he's online all the time. So I don't know how to explain that, guys. But yeah, that's a dead org, if you will. Ornate Garden. Sad to see they're stagnant. They dropped. I mean, Crimson, the CO rising is going to push people down naturally. Yep. But it's sad to see OG kind of stall out here. Usually we see them move a spot at least, like we did last time. But then Rain Factory, good to see that they're moving. You know, the other guild with Rain in the name that I actually care about. So Rain Factory, good on you. I love RF. Very humble people there. It's a total rookie guild that you can put your hopes behind, so to speak. They're the CLG, if you will. Probably not. Anyway, and friendly, of course, decaying. Like, we'll just say it's decaying. There's no decaying mechanic, but it's decaying. All right. But yeah, Elite's gonna. Here's the funny thing: is like most of Rare, which we're going to go over next. Most of Rare is going to disappear by default, while Elite drops into Rare. So it's like, it's kind of like the good thing about our leaderboard. It washes them out, so to speak. The people who are not putting up the effort here, or just going inactive. So it's going to be interesting to see what this looks like in, I would say, 2 weeks, Crazy Fi, how this really shapes up. But yeah, that's interesting. Really,
Kayla Sawyer, or Kayla, in the comments, said that Ornate Garden, we kick people out at level 2000 now. LOL, send them to better guilds.
Oh, that is sad to hear.
That's interesting.
That is so sad. What are you guys doing? Don't you want to win? I just said all that nice stuff about you.
They're a PvE guild. They're just not going to win regardless. Like,
yeah, but you can win Elite tier. Come on.
Not with the Crimson Offensive moving the way they are.
But Crimson Offensive will move into Epic, and then Midnight will drop down, and then they just have to be better than Midnight. That's what it's going to come down to.
That's what's going to happen, honestly. Crimson Offensive is going to beat out.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move to the last tier. Very last tier is the Rare tier. The last and final 5 guilds.
So much red here.
So much red.
Jeez Louise.
Real fast. They're saying Ornate is a starter guild. They prep new people and then send them to other guilds once they're ready. I can respect that.
Yeah, we respect that, but get off our leaderboard, dude.
The fact that they're beating all the Rare.
I know, I'm kidding.
As they're a feeder guild, if you will, is ridiculous. All right. Last 5 guilds: Deadly Cute, Solid Step, the Russian Guild, Knights of the Internet, and Fairy Tale.
The Russian Guild.
Yeah, I will look up how to pronounce that another
Listen,
time.
So here's some controversy through Cord, aka Card, Crazy Fi, and a couple other people. It's space related, and we don't know the exact definition. And then the leader actually commented on one of our videos and was like, it means like, I don't know, vastness or something.
Vastness, expanse was what.
Which you can, which you can kind of like. It's kind of comparable to space. So it's like, at the end of the day, whatever. But Russian Guild. Probably not even Russian.
Was vastness expanse.
It's probably some dude who's just using like Russian stuff. I don't know. I don't really know. Right. But they're on their way out, so it doesn't matter. You know.
Yeah. Regardless, props to Deadly Cute coming up 3 spots. They are another PvE guild, so awesome to see them climb. Solid Step, the Russian Guild, Knights of the Internet, and Fairy Tale. Kind of embarrassing, you know, especially for Koi. I'm sorry, Knights of the Internet, Koi. You are a top tier guild, and you are
No, they're not. No, they're not.
What do you mean they're not?
I'll explain after. Do your take. I'll explain. You're showing us your porn.
Don't worry about it.
Hentai Steam games demonetized. Oh, dang it.
They are in the oh my god.
What are you doing?
Nothing. Don't worry about it. I click
Okay.
one thing and it all goes away. They're ranked 14th in the top 20 in the top guilds in game. They're ranked 14th.
Well,
Um,
trust me, I got you covered.
but here they are at 24. Yeah, kind of disappointing. They're dropping fast. I think honestly, we will not see Koi or Fairy Tale in the next seasonal leaderboard. I think we have the opportunity for other guilds to come out and take over the rare tier. I don't know who they are. I don't want to spoil anything on who's placed 26, 27, 28, but I think we will see someone new next week. This week, we didn't see anyone new, though. So this is the first time in a while that we
Mhm.
haven't seen anyone punch into the top 25. I think there will be potential for another guild to step up next week. That's all I got on rare.
Okay. So yeah, just to address the Koi thing, we've known for a long time Lone's not a part of it anymore. I mean, most of the founders, because they do heavy, they did heavy. I don't know if it was necessary role play, but they had like the founding members, the council. When I interviewed them 2 years ago, they had this whole like setup. It was insane. Like if I asked a question, it had to get vetted up the chain. Like they actually had a chain of command. And I was like, what the fuck? This is amazing. Anyway, so Hirith was the intermittent and now permanent guild leader, and some people are saying that Hirith isn't really that active anymore. She could have been one of the few that actually quit the game. Not sure, don't have any sources on that. I'm still in the Discord, and I can look right now. People are still joining the Discord, but and Hirth is still shown as the Grandmaster, and they're playing SimpleMMO, so I don't know how true that is. But yeah, they're not. Oh Jesus, there goes my watch. They're not. Well, they're nowhere near what they used to be, and they're not going to be. I think, like you said, even though in the game, like the true leaderboard, which it's not as cool as this one, they're in the top 20. Here, it's just not going to happen. So, Deadly Cute, good for them pushing up. Almost by default. If you look at the EXP here, it is by default. Solid Step, they were a new upcoming guild that just dropped. Russians, they're just going to drop. They didn't really go far. And then of course Koi, we've been calling Koi dropping from elite tier for I don't know, it feels like 3 weeks now. Out of the 5 weeks so this says week 6, but we're a week behind in the reviewing. It feels like for 5 weeks now that we've just been watching them drop. And Fairy Tale had life in them for I think 1 week. So yeah, I think your assessment is correct. Crazy 5, they're going to be gone. It's going to be cool to see upcoming guilds. Especially we have members joining our Discord server right now who are newer, who are creating new guilds and are serious about the game. I hope we get to see them because they're looking at our weekly stats. They're on the new guilds created, and we're hoping that they can push into rare. Because at the end of the day, a mil exp with active players, the bar's it's kind of low, but it does mean you have to be active. But yeah, rare, dude, is the revolving door right now. It is just red.
There it is.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's what I got. That's the seasonal guild leaderboard, and thank you everyone for joining us for this segment. This will be clipped as its own video later to catch up on and to review at your own, on your own time. But now we're going to transition to some guild takes, and joining us is Loch Ness from TPC. She's an officer within TPC, and we just kind of want to ask specifically for her takes on TPC and other guilds, they might have eyes on, etc. So we're gonna bring her in. She's been waiting patiently, which is nice, because we don't really get that from TPC anymore. All right, Loch Ness, can you hear us? You son of a you better stop, Loch Ness. We're gonna get copyrighted.
That was literally 2 seconds. You are
Oh
fine.
my god. Crazy
Awesome.
Fly, can you hide the here, I'll do it. But dang. Alright, so Loch Ness, joining us from TPC. How are you tonight, Loch Ness?
I'm doing all right. Also, I did the homework for you. You're welcome. It's pronounced Prostor.
There we go.
All right, we don't
And it
care. They're
means,
dropping from the
let's see,
leaderboard tomorrow, so it's whatever.
space, expanse, scope. So literal space and then space. From what
So
it
you're
sounds
telling
like.
me the actual dude doesn't know the meaning of his own guild name?
No, he knows. He just can't explain it.
Okay. Anyway, Loch Ness, you're an officer with TPC. You used to be a heavy hitter in the Knights Who Say Ye, who are on a steady decline. So now that you're an officer, first, how long have you been an officer with TPC?
Pretty soon after I joined TPC, I wasn't in their Discord for a little bit just because I was busy with work. Couldn't really talk to anybody, but Casey was just like, "Hey, you want to be an officer?" And I'm like, "But I don't do anything."
Would you
So I
say
was
it's
an
an
officer.
act of, was it an act of desperation?
I don't know. It's hard to translate that through text. Maybe we'll have to ask Casey.
Okay. And so we see TPC here. They've been pretty stable, if you will, in the Epic. We had hopes in the very beginning of this seasonal guild leaderboard. We had hopes of them breaking Epic. But again, we recognize there's a large gap between Legendary and Epic. At least the two bottom tier. It looks doable, but still, it's a big difference. What's going on with TPC right now that they're kind of maintaining, but almost looks like on a trajectory downward?
Well, of course, without the events, most people don't want to step. People are busy, so we cycle in and out through a bunch of members. So events are really important. And then what we try to do is that we actually run raids when there are at least 10 members stepping at the same time. So with everybody being spread out, that's kind of hard. But sometimes all of a sudden there's like 15, and then depending on which officer or co-leader or leader is online, sometimes we can catch that and take advantage of it, but not always.
Okay. Is this true coming from James, a 1-day TPCer, saying the biggest stepper in TPC got banned for botting?
I guess. I saw you guys talked about it on Tuesday a little bit when Casey finally showed,
Did we really? Crazy Fi, do you remember
I
that?
have no recollection.
I have
I'm gonna be
no
honest.
that stream pissed me off so much I don't remember it.
Wait,
don't
no,
know.
maybe it was the step stop. Sorry. I was like rewatching, so it
Oh
might have been
my
on the
god.
step
All right,
stop.
thanks for joining us. It was good to see you. We'll catch you later, Log. So you lost one of your biggest steppers to botting. You had people in your guild named PP Poo Poo. So what's the climate right now?
Wait, sorry, go ahead.
What's the climate right now in your guild? You say it's pretty dead from events. But I know for a fact, like you, Sentinel, Hot Dog, Ray Sassima, you're pretty active in regarding, or compared to most of your guildmates. So like, is it really just a core group of players right now that are keeping TPC afloat?
I believe so. The other thing is that the Discord isn't required, so we don't know what's going on with a good amount of players. Sometimes they'll post in guild chat, but I barely check that. Sometimes people will ask a couple of questions, but we have a lot of newbies that will come in and then they'll just leave after like a day or two. And I think that's just the game in general, because what was it? There's over 1 million registered players, but we only see max like 800 on the game at once. Yep. So
Yeah.
I think it is a core, and once people they decide they like us, they stay. We give them
Okay.
gold if they step a lot, so that always helps.
You're paying
Money.
for their friendship.
Yes.
Okay. Crazy Five, do you have anything to ask Loch Ness?
Yeah, actually. So in the weekly guild stats for the past week, you guys broke the 1 mil barrier that seems that a lot of the PvE guilds struggle to break. Did you guys do anything special over the past week to get your I think it was 1.43 mil in
the
guild XP?
distraction. The distraction, the little boost that Mike put up that like for 2 days. So we ran like a 24-hour raid in Everwinter, I think. Yeah, in Everwinter. So that got us pushed us through that number.
Nice. Okay. Oh yeah, I was wondering what it was. That's a good point. I forgot about the 48-hour boost.
And then we're still planning on doing like a whole weekend raid, but I think it's every 2 weeks rather than every week, because not everybody's super actually active on weekends because we're out doing our own things, but we're still running some 24-hour
Yeah, okay.
raids and
All right.
places.
Doubt it, Loch Ness, but good cover up there. Doing your own
I
things on
have
the
a
weekend.
life.
You know what, people? You know what you should be doing on the weekend? Watching a stream Call of Duty and or Phasmophobia on Saturdays, because that is the bomb. In our Discord server. Anyway, Loch Ness, Crazyfy, do you have anything else before I ask her?
No.
Okay, cool. Loch Ness, I want to ask you as almost like the final question here. Is there any expressed plans to climb any more this year, or I don't know, maybe something strategically like waiting for Easter to kick it into gear? But is there any talks going on with your command, so to speak, your officers and guild leaders, co-leaders, about moving TPC forward at all, EXP wise?
For sure, mostly events, but nothing set in stone. We have little discussions here and there, but I think Easter's just like our next thing that we're eyeing at right now.
Okay. All right. And is there anything you want to say to, your TPC guildies or your guild mates, and then also anyone that might be looking for a PvE guild right now?
If you want to have a good time, follow some memes, join TPC. TPC is Bay. We're pretty chill. Join us.
Cool. All right. Thanks, Loch Ness. No one's going to join after that one, but it was good to have you on. Thank you for your time. This is your second time on the stream, and hopefully we have you on more. Longtime friend and fan.
We need to do the dramatic reading at some point.
Yes. So
Yes, we do.
for those of you who don't know, I published under Paisen's publishing house, PPH, the funniest thing to say, a TPC adventure starring Couch Cat. So we have Loch Ness, King Cows, Crazyfy, and myself on deck for the reading during a stream. Essentially the same thing we did for the Paisen or the Synex Paisen fanfics. We will pick a stream in the future to all four of us be present and read it out loud. It's going to be cringe. So get ready to clip it. But yeah, until then, Loch Ness, we'll talk to you soon, and we'll see you in the Discord. And thanks again for joining us tonight for your TPC takes.
It's been fun.
All right. Peace out, Loch Ness. So, again, thanks to Loch Ness and TPC for hopping on. If you're a guild officer, co-leader, leader, or even just an active player in your guild, and you have a good grasp of what your guild is doing and you're on our seasonal leaderboard, please hit us up, DM us in game. We'll do a mic check with you and hop on. We'll drag you on for the second half, and you can kind of update everyone watching what your guild's up to, what your plans are, etc. The first one we had Alec on telling us that Elysium was dying, so that was kind of morbid. Now we have Loch Ness with TPC. So if you're interested, again, hit us up in game, DM us, and we'll get you set up. But yeah, so Crazyfy, I know you usually ask some closing questions, or we bounce off each other for this seasonal, such as like our favorites moving forward for next week or whatever. But I'm interested. I want to hear your take first. You usually put me on the spot, and I'm not paying attention when that happens. So,
You putting me on the spot?
Yeah.
Is that what's happening?
Out of all the tiers, who's your favorite? You can give me one or two guild moving forward for next week.
I'll give you two. Obviously Wolfblood, because there's a big.
Dude, you can't.
I'm stealing you asked, so I'm gonna do it. Wolfblood, because there's a huge chance that they could break into the top 5, so I think that's huge alone. And then Crimson Offensive. I think these are obvious answers. I don't think you're going to get anything different, because Crimson Offensive is freaking killing it right now. They're slaying on the leaderboard. So I don't think these are hot takes. These are obvious takes. If you want a hot take, oh boy, TPC is going to drop 2 spots.
Oh. Yeah, I mean,
just because that's the first thing that
yeah, because of Tuesday, right? No, Titans is actually kind of mobilizing here, which is kind of cool to see.
Yeah, I think there is a realm at the end of the season. I don't because Titans have not broke a mil in EXP gained over a week, whereas TPC has, which we just showed
Mhm.
in the weekly guild stats. I think Titan, if they want to be serious and overtake TPC, they're going to have to really grind over the next 2 weeks and hope that TPC does not actually do anything over the next 2 weeks. So, yeah, I don't know. That hot take is trash. It's not going to happen. Yeah.
All right, we'll go to takes after I respond to yours. And also, Loch Ness said she actually had more to say about a few PvP builds going PvE. We'll talk about that more later. Sorry, Loch Ness. Definitely didn't know you had more loaded there. But all right. So I'm thinking we're on the same boat here. Wolfblood is here to stay. Whether they own Legendary, because no one in Legendary is moving, or they can climb a dead body in Celestial. And maybe they overtake Still Friendly without even having to wait for Stay or SNC to drop. So I definitely think it's doable. I think Wolfblood can continue to climb. But if they don't, they've got Legendary in the bag for sure. They're kind of just like, they're the only ones in the pool who are not drowning, so to speak, in Legendary right now. And then I think my second favorite here, I'm really pulling for Rain Factory. It wasn't a huge EXP gain because, of course, Friendly dropped below them. But I'm hoping Rain Factory, now that we know what OG is kind of doing and Colt's dead, I'm thinking Crimson Offensive will move to Elite, stay in Epic. That's their ceiling. And Rain Factory will hold a higher position in Elite. So definitely next week, I'm hoping to see them climb above Ornate Garden, especially with like the EXP difference being so minimal here. And for hotness, dude, I wish I could say TPC is going to fall, but I think for me, Heaven and Hell is going to continue to drop. I think Heaven and Hell, not even, by default, we could see Heaven and Hell drop to like the second spot to bottom of Legendary, which should not happen at all. Like Heaven and Hell is not like some dead guild, but this leaderboard really exposes people who are moving and grooving. And maybe, I mean, Easter's going to happen. How many weeks are we going to 8 weeks right now? All right, I don't think we won't really see. Okay, so
see it next season.
Yeah. So I guess this is going to be like the baseline, like who's actually at this. So this tells me out of events that anything could happen. Anyone could drop. If you're not in Celestial, if you don't already have a huge pocket of EXP, you're not secure. So yeah, I think Heaven Hell's gonzos. You know what I mean? So that's my hotness right there.
Okay. Good takes. Good takes.
All these orgs are dying. They commissioned for what? You got buffered?
Uh-oh.
We're fine. We're fine. It was probably YouTube. It was YouTube. All right, so let's see what some people were saying here. Oh my god, why did you guys have to talk so much? I'm just kidding. Okay. James is living in a basement in TPC, so they're stuck. People are favoriting Rain Factory right now. Yeah, Rain Factory. We have a lot of Rain Factory going on here. Glad to see it, but I'm pretty sure they're Rain Factory members. So I don't know. Yeah, and Logness is saying it's hard with EXP, so understandable, but for PvE, we're going to stay as leads. For TPC, so Logness is saying TPC is going to stay as PvE lead.
Oh, absolutely. Ever since we broke out the weekly guild stats between PvP and PvE to give the PvE guild some, showtime, 100%. They're always on top. It doesn't matter how close it gets or how far it is. TPC is always on top. They're like the Babel of PvE, quite frankly.
Okay. That's a huge comparison. Phantom, welcome to the stream, Phantom. Phantom says, Crimson Offensive, one of my new favorites. Yeah, I mean, I hate to say it, but I think their ceiling is epic. But it's good that, +9 positions, they're climbing the dead bodies. You can really ride momentum when everyone's dropping around you. Keeban says Beyblade doesn't even move past top 16 next split. Trust me. Damn, summer split's gonna be fire. Who's gonna be the new Beyblade for season 2? Keeban's already taking it back. You can't do that, Gaben. You can't really. All right. Phantom says I'm quite optimistic with guild updates this month. Let's hope they'll improve PvE on gaining more EXP. Yeah, I mean, we know something like the Warrior is going to happen to PvE guilds, so whatever advantage they can have, and they'll more than likely breach our leaderboard, and we'll start seeing more PvE guilds. I know some of them are kind of falling to the wayside in rare right now. We all got buffered. YouTube got mad at me. Yeah, it was YouTube. It's not us. It's definitely not us.
It can't be us.
Yeah. H2O. Limits, you're not even on the leaderboard. Are you? Limits, what is going on with most valuable right now? I don't understand. You guys like disbanded.
Aquarium or something, whatever.
Yeah, they're H2O now. Funny name, but like you all split, and then Kanito's now in charge, and you came back, and then Mamo is in MV or H2O. Like, what's going on? Are you guys active now? And Shul says Beyblade will break weekly guild EXP record soon.
I'm excited to see that. It's 22 mil, 22, 24 mil. I think is the highest we've seen recorded right now. So
okay, that's a lot of EXP.
That's a crap ton of EXP.
That makes me hungry for some reason. Does that make sense?
No, not at all. But we'll roll with it.
All right. Limits is saying next season. Well, if H2O, aka MV, can stay together long enough, then yeah, I don't see why not. I don't see why not. You couldn't. Yeah. No issues there, brother. All right. So that'll do it. That'll do it for the seasonal guild leaderboard overview. That'll do it for our Thursday stream. Real quick, everyone. Just some things in development. New website. If you haven't checked it out, please do so. It looks way better on browser right now. So if you want to look on your phone, it's still under development because some things are kind of smushed and you know what I mean. But
progress.
Yeah, it's progress. Our website now has a stream schedule on there. So once we lock people in for guest spots, which happen generally on Tuesday, you can go to our homepage, scroll down, you'll see an active calendar where you can just like, oh, I don't have to ask who's going to be on this time or what's going to happen this time. So that calendar is updated. One of the people who are on there or not on there yet is Mo. Haven't put him there yet because I haven't done a mic check with him yet, so I don't trust him yet.
He reached out to me and I couldn't do it, but he's asking for one.
Okay. All right. So we'll get it done. But yeah, we have an active calendar on there. 2, we have blog posts. We have more blog tools now because we swapped over to Squarespace. And the latest blog dropped is the Advisors Wanted blog post, which I don't know if you guys know this, but they're asking for advisors in this game. There's a huge opening, if you know what I mean, from the gold update, Cryptic. We have some friends in our Discord server who are applying, so good luck to you. I don't want to name you and call you out, but good luck. Another thing, it won't affect your orders, but we're about to shut down the Spring store. Spring was doing our merch, and we have a whole new merch store lined up with new stuff and actual hats you can get this time, and not be weird and broken on Spring. But we're going to hide that store so you can't get anything from it anymore. Again, it doesn't affect your current orders, but the new merch store will launch probably in a week or two. Make it public, and you guys have at it. And once we figure out how to do discount codes on there, we'll drop a big one for you. You know what I mean? Because you're all our friends here. But yeah, new website. That's what's going on. New merch store incoming. The next coffee stream is in development. It's going to have a new twist to it as well, just in the beginning. But of course, once I get that schedule with Ubi, we'll put that in the calendar on the website. Crazyfy, is there anything else I'm missing here? Anything you want to bring up?
No, I think you got it all covered for the most part. It's a year of revamping for Couch Cat as we continue to improve for you guys. So appreciate you guys along this journey.
Cool. And one more thing. I said it as a joke, but for real, it's been mostly Saturdays but in our Discord server, we've been streaming Call of Duty. We play Warzone and DMZ. Ace Golden Shot joins us as our fourth man, but it's myself, Crazy Fi, and oldie but goodie Donnie, aka Brandon. So if you're interested in watching us play Call of Duty, and sometimes we will play Phasmophobia in the future because all the updates rolling out, hop on over Saturday, and you just hover over our server. It's usually around like 8:30 p.m. US East. We're on there grinding for a while, like for a couple hours there. And shout out to all of our friends. Yeah, shout out to all of our friends who joined us for that. But that's it. Hopefully we'll see you in the Discord server. QD is going to put up a post-stream discussion in our server under the forums. So if that's something you're interested in and you want to talk about the guilds that we discussed today, do it there. So we can build up that discussion and have something more to talk about next time. But until Tuesday...
Trash talk is allowed.
Yeah, trash talk is allowed. It's all in good fun. It belongs in esports such as SimpleMMO, CS. Dang, that was a good one, Kevin. But yeah, chat, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Thanks for hanging out. It's good to see all you friends. And until next time, we'll see you later. Like, subscribe, and head on over to couchpod.com for more SimpleMMO content. Peace.
See ya.
Yeehaw. Do that again, dude.
Yeehaw.